need to say your name, but all right. I call to order the regular meeting of the Warrenville Public Library District Board of Trustees. It's Wednesday, July 15th, and it is 7:05 p.m. Been verified the recording is working, and the necessary people on the webinar are connected. So, roll call. Trustee DeRocher. Here. Trustee Lazan is absent. Trustee Richardson is absent. Trustee Rizika.
Present.
Trustee Stahl.
Present.
Trustee Warren.
Present.
We are also joined by Director Whitmer and all going to be part. No, okay.
Over here?
Oh, I was first.
Oh, okay.
I think I got it.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 3 on the agenda is to consider remote attendance requests and participation requests. Trustee Richardson and Trustee Lazan submitted requests to attend and participate in tonight's meeting from a remote location. Both are unable to attend because of personal illness or disability. Remote attendance and participation is permitted as long as we have a quorum physically present, and we do. I affirm we have a quorum physically present, and I would like to entertain a motion to authorize remote attendance and participation by Trustees Richardson and Lazan.
So moved.
Second. Motion was made by Trustee Warren and seconded by Trustee DeRocher. Any discussion? Okay, Trustee Stahl?
Aye.
Trustee Warren?
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher?
Aye.
Trustee Rizika?
Aye.
Trustee Kika also votes aye. Trustee Richardson and Lazan, welcome.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm going to bring them into the meeting.
I figured that was going to happen.
And then we will confirm. Okay, so, whoops,
There's Jill. Okay, yeah.
Jill and
Hi, Jill.
Sandy. All right, so first, Sandy, are you able to hear us?
Yes,
And you can see us?
yes.
Yay.
Hi, Sandy.
Jill, how about you?
Yes.
On both counts. Okay, and I'm going to do my best to watch and make sure you don't get muted during the meeting this month. Okay, great.
Okay.
Sandy, since you're facing directly that way, we'll kind of watch and make sure if they're speaking that we're hearing them. I think that would help quite a bit. So welcome, ladies. We're glad to have you. Sandy, we're sorry to hear about your accident.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. I slipped and fell on a wet floor on Saturday, and I'm on crutches.
Oh, she's on crutches?
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it was my good foot. The other ankle's got a rip in the Achilles tendon. So I kind of need to stay off as much as possible.
Well,
Hold on a
the
minute.
miracle of technology, you're both able to join us, so
Yes.
that's terrific. So we will proceed if everybody's okay. Sandy?
You know what? Just 1 minute here.
Okay, we're on a technological pause.
I'm trying to see. Are you able to hear the two of them?
Not well, I was going to
Yeah.
ask you.
I'm trying to connect to the,
It's like Sandy, I can hear better than for some
Yeah,
reason.
Jill, and I don't know if Jill can hear us or not.
hold a minute.
I only said one word, so.
Oh, here we are. Make sure.
You said the one word.
We wanted you to be on the overhead speakers. Okay, great. Thanks,
Okay.
ladies.
Well, thank you, everyone, whether you're at home or here. Thank you for coming out. It's a little strange compared to what we've done in the last few months. So, but we're here and we're happy, and I think everyone is healthy. So, well done. Next item up for business is the approval of the agenda. I just want to remind everybody that if you have corrections or you want to discuss anything in the agenda, particularly in the consent agenda. We do need to remove it and add it to new business. So if you haven't had a moment to look at the agenda and or the consent agenda, please do so now. Otherwise, hold your peace.
Are we going to remove 20 and 21?
We are. 20 and 21 will be removed. That's the closed session. Anything else anyone wants to remove from the agenda or the consent agenda? Okay, that said,
I move that we approve the agenda as amended.
motion was made by trustee DeRocher and seconded by trustee Ritzika. Trustee Ritzika. Aye. Trustee DeRocher.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Stahl.
Aye.
Trustee Richardson.
Aye.
Trustee Lazan.
Aye.
Trustee Pika also votes aye. Agenda is as amended. Next item up is the presentations. And I will turn, since these are employee recognition, Director Whitmer, please.
So I'm sorry that I'm going to keep this pretty brief tonight, but I didn't want to miss out on any more anniversaries. So Jamie Perpich, we already missed Jamie. Jamie's 5-year anniversary was in April.
Oh, fantastic.
So we,
That went fast.
it did go fast, right? So we congratulate Jamie on her time at the library and thank her for everything that she's doing. Yes. And then Jamie is on the call, yes.
Yay.
And then the second person on our list actually celebrates a 5-year anniversary at the end of this month, and that is Stephanie Cook. She is not with us this evening, but Stephanie is one of the 3 member services staff that are left that are helping Jamie with everything that the member services department is doing. And then last but not least, we have, what do you call her, Jerry? Jackie. We have Jackie Davis, who actually joined the staff 25 years back.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Jackie.
as you know, Jackie wears many, many different hats. I'm sure that she started with maybe 1 or 2 or 3 hats and quickly took on a lot more than her original job description.
And now a new hairstyle too.
And hairstyle, yes, longer hair. All right, so congratulations, Jackie. Jerry asked if at some point we will recognize all these people in person.
Maybe not.
We will try. We will try, depending on how things go. But they've each received, except for Stephanie, who will get hers at the end of this month, but they've each received their recognition gift from the library. So, and I'll be distributing certificates at some point. But yes, so congratulations to all 3 of you.
Excellent.
And thank you.
And yeah,
Big
big
thank
thank
you.
you from
Big
the
thank
board and for all you guys. Wouldn't be possible, especially these last few months without all of you. Sandy, are there any online public comments?
Well,
I don't see any.
wouldn't you know it? I did not check that, so let me double check. Sorry.
Okay. I'm just glad I remembered.
I'm glad you remembered too.
That'll be 5 points.
I know.
I'll see if I ever
Now,
left at the
you
end.
get to see all of my emails. Let's see what I can find. No, we do not have any public comments this evening.
Gee, I feel like after all that work, you should have somebody say something. Okay, next item up, number 7, correspondence. And Director Whitmer, have you anything to share this evening?
I do not have any correspondence either.
Okay, hey, you may break my record. Okay, going on to number 8, the consent agenda. If I could have a motion, please.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Motion was made by trustee Stahl and seconded by trustee Ruzicka. So we'll have a roll call vote. Oh, wait, we need somebody to read it. Sandy, can you read it? Are you able to read the agenda for us?
Yes, I can.
Here.
The consent agenda. A, approve minutes of the June 17th, 2020 regular Board of Trustees meeting. B, receive and file financial report for June. C, adopt ordinance number 20-21-01, tentative budget and appropriations ordinance for fiscal year 2020 through 2021, and approve notice of public hearing on budget and appropriation ordinance. D, adopt ordinance number 20-21-02, ordinance determining a levy and additional tax of 0.02% for fiscal year 2020 through 2021, and approve public notice.
Thank you. So we will go ahead. Is there any discussion? Trustee Stahl?
Aye.
Trustee Rizika? Aye. Trustee Warren?
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher?
Aye.
Trustee Lazan?
Aye.
Trustee Richardson?
Aye.
And Trustee Pika also votes aye. Motion carries. Item number 9, regular agenda items. Those were on the table when you came in your packet.
I move that we pay invoices in the amount of $82,384.43 for the period of June 18th, 2020 through July 15th, 2020, including electronic payments and checks numbers 7718 through 7787.
Second.
No voids. A motion was made by Trustee Stahl and seconded by Trustee Warren. Any discussion? Trustee Stahl?
Aye.
Trustee Warren?
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher?
Aye.
Trustee Rizika? Aye. Trustee Lazan?
Aye.
Trustee Richardson?
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item, regular agenda, approved transfer of funds. Again, that was on your table.
I move that we approve transfer of $150,000 from Fifth Third Commercial Checking to Fifth Third Operating Account.
Second.
Motion was made by Trustee Stahl and seconded by Trustee Warren. Any discussion? Trustee Stahl?
Aye.
Trustee Warren?
Aye.
Trustee DeRocher?
Aye.
Trustee Rizika? Aye. Trustee Lazan?
Aye.
Trustee Richardson?
Aye.
Trustee Pika also votes aye. Transfer of funds moved carried. Is there any unfinished business?
No.
And moving on to new business, and you'll refer to page 35 in your packet at this time. We need to appoint 2 trustees to review the secretary's records for fiscal year 2020. Are there any volunteers?
I
I
don't,
can do that.
All right, we have Cindy Rizika and who's,
I don't care.
and Trustee Stahl. Okay,
I'm
so,
a wrestle.
you do what?
We're in personnel, we got,
I figured you guys had enough.
Okay, so if I can have a motion, please.
I move that we appoint Trustee Rizika and Trustee Stahl to review the Secretary's records for fiscal year 2020.
And a second?
second.
Motion was made by Trustee DeRocher and seconded by Trustee Warren. Any discussion? Trustee DeRocher?
Aye.
Trustee Warren?
Aye.
Trustee Rizika? Aye. Trustee Stahl?
Aye.
Trustee Lazan?
Aye.
Trustee Richardson?
Aye.
Trustee Pika also votes aye. Motion carries. Page 36.
I move that we approve the following service goods for reopening the library. Public use of library computers, public use of copier and fax scan station, grab-and-go access to circulating collections.
Second.
Motion was made by Trustee DeRocher and seconded by Trustee Stahl. Discussion.
I'm wondering what the approximate date is.
Right now, we're targeting next week, July 20th, as kind of a soft launch by invitation only for technology. So the computers, as well as the copier and the fax and scan station. And then mid next week, we will publicize. Our goal is to be open for everything on the 27th of July. We plan to mimic the curbside hours for at least the first 2 weeks to determine what the demand is for those services. And then if needed, we will expand the hours after 2 weeks of being up and running and getting some feedback from the users.
So do you already have people that have expressed interest, or is that how you're doing the invitation list?
The invitation list is being developed by the staff based on a couple of things. People who we've had inquire during closure, as well as our, people who were regulars before our closure that we knew. So that's the plan. I think that they will be actually also posting a sign on our doors. We do have people approach the building, read our signage, try to get in. So there will be a sign here as well directing them to call the library to get more information.
So is it by appointment, you're staggering them then?
The computers are by appointment. We've social distance computers in some areas, so in the computer lab, the computers are all spaced appropriately. The computers that are at the tables in the youth services and the adult services department are divided with plexiglass. So we've bought out the plexiglass.
So can you describe what grab and go is going to look like?
Grab and go is simply, we're limiting the number of people in the building. So for that trial period, starting next week, we will allow up to 15 people into the building. The following stage will have up to 25 people in the building, not including staff. So anyone will be able to come during those hours. The computers will be by appointment or walk-in if available. But if someone is looking to check something out of our collection, they'll be able to come in during those hours as long as we aren't at our full capacity. They can browse the collection, select items, check them out, and take them home. So it's simply grab the materials you want, check them out, and go. We're removing all of the furniture, the tables and chairs from the floor, so there is not to be any gathering. And as you know, I think the next point of action is a policy that we will require people to wear masks unless they are under the age of 2. And we will also enforce social distancing. When you leave today, you can kind of peek in, and we are setting up one-directional aisles for browsing, and we have signs at the end of every aisle that will limit, to one person or one family per aisle, one house.
Does this allow people to take books out and look at them before they decide to take them and reshelve them in the spot where they had them?
Yes, so we will ask people if they do take a book off the shelf that they do not want to take it home with them. We will have a designated area for those items, and then those items will be put into the quarantine for 3 days. Yes, and I have to think, none of this was mine. We have a staff team that's led by Cynthia, who is working through all of the details on this. So I appreciate their work on it. They're the people who are out on the front lines working. They know what is going to be involved on their part. So I appreciate everything that they've put into this plan. And I am sure, like anything else new we try, we'll have to adapt and change some things. But the intention is to have a greeter stationed at the front door to explain some of the things and answer questions right there. And we'll make sure that the people who are coming into the building are actually here to use our services.
Downstairs door will remain locked or not?
Downstairs will continue curbside service at the lower level. So any of those grab and go or technology patrons will need to enter through our Stafford Place entrance.
And can you review the dates and times again? Next week is appointment only?
So tentatively, yes, next week is appointment only, technology only. The following week, we would open for grab and go to the general public. And Kathy is working on some, of course, publicity through our e-newsletter, our blog, our website, social media.
And starting on the 20th, what will the hours be?
Yes, that's my other question. What will the hours be when you open without technology, like the week of the 27th? Is that going to be the same?
So for both weeks, it's the same as curbside, which is, okay, here we go, it's a test. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 until 2. And Tuesday and Thursday from 2 until 6. Good job, Steve. You're hired. And then we, like I said, we will see how that goes, and if we can, we will expand those hours.
Very good. Other questions, comments? Okay, trustee DeRocher,
Aye.
trustee Stahl,
Aye.
trustee Warren,
Aye.
trustee Rizika,
Aye.
trustee Lazan,
Aye.
trustee Richardson,
How come I'm always last?
because that's how my memory goes. You gotta be your way if you go first. No.
Aye.
Okay.
Yay!
Again,
I'm so happy.
So a big thank you to the committee of staff,
Yes.
honestly, they're,
Who else is on the committee with Cynthia?
oh gosh, I'm gonna let Cynthia talk.
Okay, good deal.
Uh-oh,
Maybe Cynthia went.
Cynthia, I'm putting you on the spot.
Yep, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so it's me, Paul, Jamie, Kathy, wait, Paul, Jamie, Kathy, let me make sure I'm getting everybody. Jen in adult, Diana in youth, and Stephanie from member services.
Fantastic, great
Thank
work.
you.
Well done. Please thank everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, new business, item C. This refers to, Sandy's already mentioned this. We need a COVID-19 addendum to our policy on library use.
I move that we approve COVID-19 addendum to policy number 320, library use policy.
Second.
Motion was made by trustee DeRocher and seconded by trustee Stahl. Is there any discussion or question?
I wonder if maybe we don't want to remove COVID-19 and put any declared emergency in place.
Well, it refers to masks, which might not be the situation on a declared emergency.
We can consider that. I think once we're through this, we will work on a pandemic plan
Yeah, that's
that may include
Probably
a
better.
revision of some of our policies.
But this specifically refers to masks and social distancing, so.
Well, I think temporarily, this fits what we're in now, but for, you could say long-term, or if the situation should ever occur, or the next different
When it
pandemic.
does. Any other discussion? Trustee Richardson,
Aye.
trustee DeRocher,
Aye.
trustee Stahl,
Aye.
trustee Warren,
Aye.
trustee Rizika,
Aye.
trustee Lazan.
Aye.
You're not last, because trustee Tika also votes aye, motion carried. All right, it's now time to hear from our library director, Director Whitmer. Her report is on page 38.
Yep, so, last month, I can't remember if I reported this or not, but the Realm study, that's a study that was commissioned by the Institute for Museum and Library Services along with OCLC, which is the Library Consortium, Cataloging Consortium. They finished their study on several different types of library materials, so we were able to reduce our quarantine and return materials from 7 days down to 3, which is great news. That study is now in, they're testing a second round of materials, which actually includes board books, which we are not circulating at this time. So once that, those results are released, we may review that restriction on our collection. But otherwise, as you heard, the staff have been working hard at trying to come up with a plan to reopen the library in some way. So that's great. Jackie continues to try to procure hand sanitizer, masks, gloves, all of the personal protective equipment that we require. And when you leave tonight, if you look out into the staff areas, you will see that Lee has been putting his creativity to work, and he has built plexiglass sneeze guards or barriers for our desks. Our staff feels safest being basically completely enclosed in plexiglass. So those barriers will be around each full desk. And our staff do have face shields that they can wear with their mask if they have to come out from behind the desk and interact more closely with members of the public. And I feel like there's something else going on here. Part of the technology plan, Jen she tested several different types of software. So the staff will be able to assist the computer users from a remote location, whether that's from one of our service desks, from a staff desk in the back office area, or even from a laptop that they're using at home to access the computer network. So that is a plan. And then we're implementing a reservation system for our computers. So people should be able to log on to our website. And I believe if they have a library card from Warrenville, they'll be able to select a time and make their reservation online to be able to more convenient than having to call the library.
To the technology point, I probably should have asked it earlier. Well, how did you settle on protecting the keyboards and then the monitors after each use, cleaning them?
So the keyboards and the mice are going to be, Cynthia's actually purchased additional extra keyboards and mice. So when the person sits at the computer, they'll be given a keyboard and a mouse plug-in, I believe. When they're done, they will bring that and there will be a bin for them to deposit that equipment. And then the staff will disinfect those occasionally throughout the day as needed. And then we will also, of course, wipe down each workspace after a person has finished using it.
Thank you.
I also, in that plan, I did not say the computers are going to be limited to 45 minutes each day per person. And we are limiting people to 1 hour in the building. Right now, that's the plan. I'm not sure if that will be shortened, tightened up. It depends on how long people take to browse the collection. So, but that's our starting point for that. The other point here, really, the SWAN, we continue to move forward with plans for SWAN. Earlier this week, Cynthia and Jamie met with their staff to do a project called mapping. It's part of the migration, where we look at all of our policies and our collections and our item types, and we map them over to what they will be in SWAN. So they're working on that, and I think probably in August sometime, we'll start to see some training components become available for our staff to start looking at and figuring out what their jobs and their tasks might look like in the new system. So that's very exciting, and we did receive our grant money from Rails, which is good. And then finally, June 30th was the end of our fiscal year, so next month you will see the annual report statistics for the fiscal year that just ended. Of course, our use statistics will be down because we basically have lost about 3 months of our normal use, and that's across the board. One of the new challenges, and the state library has issued some guidance for us, is how do we count our statistics? So Paul worked really hard to get statistics for programs figured out. So there are, if the program is a live video recording, you count it as one type of program. If it's a recorded program, you count it a different way. So it's a little more complex this year than we've had to do in prior years. But we are working through that, and I'm sure we'll have that report all ready for you in August.
Good job.
That's it.
Any questions for Director Whitman? Department head reports begin, well, the staff on 39, but begin on page 40. So I'll just do them very quickly. Anything for Jackie Davis? I know Paul is in the building. Anybody have any questions for him? I did want to point out, in case you missed it, on page 43, Diana did do what I call community outreach with that new restaurant that's over by Ace to distribute some 2020 census face stamps and them. That's excellent. And I also saw that Jen created an on-demand page in case you missed the program. So I wanted to look at that. So that's good. Also, if you didn't have a chance, Nora's report on her visit to the ALA virtual.
That was fantastic.
It was
Thank
so
you
well
much.
written,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was very interesting.
Thank you so much for including that. That was so
I
interesting.
think it was so well done as well,
It
very
was.
professional. So.
Good job, Nora.
As far as member services report, I'm sorry, there's no champagne, but hopefully, someday soon. And then I realize how detailed it was, but Kathy's marketing report is amazing. If you think about that and you read through it, and I'd just like to say thank you, Kathy. I hope you're on the call. Great job. I have received a lot of positive comment from my neighbors on those weekly emails. They love them, and they love the postcards. So thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you to everybody, but I just want to point that out. Any questions, technical services? Andy's right here, computer services. Okay, if not, we'll move to page 56, President's Report. Our next meeting should be again in the library meeting room unless circumstances change. That'll be August 19th. And then again, September 16th, so mark your calendars. You can see we did everything in July that we needed to do. And then, as Sandy stated in her report, she'll be giving us the annual report to approve so she can submit it to the state. And I think the next thing up is the treasurer's report.
Okay, I'd like to report the City of Warrenville reports the balance of the library district's developer donations is $205,416.92 as of June 30th, 2020. As of July 1st, 2020, the DuPage County Treasurer has distributed $991,560. This is approximately 51% of the extended levy amounts.
And that is an excellent result.
Can I just,
Go ahead.
I may have to correct that the developer donations number. I think that's a holdover from,
Yeah, last month.
March.
It's like the same number, but.
Yeah.
it is, yes, because I didn't replace it. So I'm gonna give you the correct number. Drum roll is $254,467.96.
Excellent.
That's better, right? Okay.
We are liking that number better. Sandy.
Sorry for that error.
Can you remind me, are those developer donations earmarked or something?
Well,
You, some.
At this point, I believe we've earmarked them to pay off the debt.
in this fiscal year.
Yeah, in this fiscal.
Originally, we had said we would keep them set aside for finishing off the lower level.
Right.
But this fiscal year, I'm recommending we use them for.
I agree. Yeah, we had a discussion about that.
Yeah. I think
Either
that's-
last month or the month before.
Right.
All right, now I remember.
We're also less concerned about air conditioning than we were last year.
We are?
There's people working in the building.
Well, I understand that, but the total load is much.
It has been so far. I think it's gonna go up. Our July bill
Probably.
is gonna take a hit. But so far, you are correct. I just looked at that yesterday.
But before we move on, I did really want to mention during the consent agenda discussion, if you did not look on pages 14, 15, and 16, the staff here and our director did a fabulous job. It's the year end, and you can see where our expenses were less than budgeted, and our income was at the 99.9% pile. I guess that's how
Well,
I
that's
would say
good
it.
news.
And I think that's important. I know the pandemic did some, but I don't know that there's very many libraries that can have that clean of a financial report. So just wanted to give praise where praise is due. Trustee Lazan, Secretary's report.
Everything looks good.
We do have a committee report from the personnel team. I think Trustee DeRocher, you will be saying something, or?
I am.
Okay, well, I can tell you
I
that.
can't remember what we decided. We decided at the end of the last meeting what we were doing.
It's page 58.
Yeah,
Say again?
Bottom of
Page 58 on your packet.
Oh, right.
Just turn it over.
I said,
That page.
make sure you put that on there.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
We're gonna meet after August 1st.
Thank you.
That's what we decided, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and that's why you'll see it is on the items postponed list for future meetings. I did touch base with Sandy, and she is understanding of the situation and full on board with our time schedule that the personnel committee has set up. Okay, moving on to item 18, are there any trustee comments?
Yes, you have 4 hours plus to get your taxes in on time.
If that applies to you, get your calculator out now, if you still own one. Otherwise, get your phone out. I would just like to insert a big thank you here, I know we've said it before, to Sandy and her staff for making things happen. The return of the materials, everything I heard, it went very smoothly. People were thrilled that curbside pickup was instituted, and I think they will be very happy with the ability to return to the library. I would just encourage you to take it slow and make sure it's working before you pull all the stops out. People have a new understanding of how things have to go, and slow may be better than putting your foot on the gas and going 90 miles an hour.
I had many curbside pickups and they were done so
It's a
professionally.
flawless system, and they really,
They were excellent, just excellent.
so,
They had the bags with the names on them, better than Portillo's.
I think we're going to start doing badges, so those of you who are here, I'm just kidding, who are here more frequently, we should have you earn a badge for how many times you come to the library.
At least 10.
Cindy, you'd have one.
I know.
well, again,
And tomorrow.
it was a whole new world out there, and you and your team really stepped up to the plate. Because nothing was as you thought it would be, and it still won't be as you think it might.
Well, I don't know how many other members feel this way, but I really, really miss coming here. I can't even tell you how much I miss coming here.
And I was
I'm just so used to coming so
Yeah.
regularly.
Actually, it was
really
on
miss
my
it.
calendar, my weekly library visit, every time it popped up, I go, oh.
And I think that there are lots of people who agree with you. The times that I am downstairs working curbside, that's the question, of course, that pops up most often. When do you think you're going to be open? And we're just saying, we're working through it. We don't have the details ready yet, so.
But we will soon, and that's
Yes,
exciting, that's so
yes.
exciting.
Yes.
So item 19, items for information or discussion. Anybody have anything else?
Can I just add, I forgot to say something about Read for a Cause, which is our summer reading program. So if you're not already doing that, or if you know somebody who might be reading this summer, kids, neighbors, friends, family, please encourage them to participate. So there's a link for that on the front page of our website, I think.
Remember, and how is that? The charitable organizations again are, please?
Right, so depending on your age group, the number of things you read or the number of logs you turn in, for every log you submit, you can select from one of 4 organizations to get a charitable donation at the end of the summer. So those organizations are Literacy DuPage, Naperville Humane Society, the Student Excellence Foundation for District 200, and Warrenville Youth and Family Services.
Wow.
So
Can we participate?
Yes, absolutely,
Oh, I thought I could.
absolutely.
I gotta get on there.
Yeah, you got a lot.
I've been reading.
And,
I don't think we qualify for prizes or
do we know
Oh, but we
anything
could get a
about
donation.
Yeah, we
District
could do
200 and whether or not there's any way we can support them coming up in the fall, or if they're, what their plans are, or any of the other schools in the area, I guess?
We do not.
Okay.
We're having a hard enough time
Right.
supporting ourselves.
Yeah.
So
It's too much to take on right now.
if they request something, certainly I can bring it to the board and see if that is, something that you want us to use our resources toward that. But I have not heard anything from,
They
Any
just
requests?
submitted their plan, so to speak, or what they want to do come the fall at their board meeting earlier this week.
Right.
So I don't even know if that plan's been approved by their board.
No.
Yeah.
I think they have some public meetings coming up
Oh, okay.
for that,
I
but
wasn't sure at what stage they were at and.
yeah, I'll keep you posted if we hear anything from them. I think that they have it, pretty much under control, as much under control as any of us have anything.
Well, I guess I just didn't want it to be caught by surprise the way we were last spring when they closed and just sent to the library when we were closed as well, so that's.
Right.
Well,
We are in communication with them, so that has not come up yet, so.
okay, any other items? I will leave you with what I thought was a great phrase. Closed spaces mean open places. So, when we're talking about masks, I think that's a pretty significant thing. So, there's one more very important motion we need tonight.
I move that we adjourn.
Second. Motion was made by trustee Stoll and seconded by trustee DeRocher. Trustee Richardson,
Aye.
we can take a roll call vote, I just didn't want her to feel left out. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned at 7:59. Thank you,
7:45
everyone.
actually.
7:45.
Yeah.
7:45.
My glasses are so
Yeah,
skinned up.
7:45.